All right, so last night was the Steelers-Browns Thursday night game, and the Browns did end up winning. I was correct in my prediction of that, so far I'm 1-0 for the week. And I just kind of want to talk about the game for a bit, so obviously I won't include it when I'm going over the other games this week, because I'm already doing it. Since the Browns won, let's talk about them first. I did predict that Myles Garrett would, have a pretty good game, have a sack, maybe two. He just was kind of invisible during the night. At least when it comes to the stat sheet, he might have had some of those plays that, don't really show up on the stat sheet, but helped out. I won't lie, I was having a call with a friend who I hadn't spoken to in a long time, so I was watching the game, but I wasn't, super paying attention to, okay, where is everybody? What's everybody doing? But I did notice that, man, I have not heard Myles Garrett's name called, all night. This is weird. I think he did force the fumble at the end of the game, but it was during a long, convoluted, not even that long, it was really short, but during a messy hook and ladder play, which during one of those, you kind of expect it to get fumbled eventually. So while you got to give him the credit for that, if it was him, which I think it was, it's not the most impressive defensive play to happen. But one of the things that was super impressive, two things. One, Jacoby Brissett played well. I think he had 40 or 50 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. He made some big throws when he needed to. Really good game for him. Happy to see him do well. Nick Chubb is a fucking monster, dude. He had, I think, 113 yards on the ground, and it just seemed like the Steelers could not stop him. If they needed yards, all right, give it to Chubb. Man was like fucking Thomas the Tank Engine, just destroying everything. I'm sorry, I just realized what I said. It's yeah, I don't think that's a very good comparison. Freight Train would have worked better. Twisted Metal would have worked better. Nah, I went with Thomas the freaking Tank Engine. But he was balling out. There were times when I noticed they would give it to Kareem Hunt, because I think he's supposed to be the third down back. Steelers had a much easier time stopping Hunt than they did Chubb. I think Hunt still had a pretty good yards per average. I think it was 4.3, 4.5, something like that. I think Chubb, by the time the night was done, was a 5.7 yards per rush. Insane. Great game by him. The one big concern I have for the Browns right now, though, is the special teams. Cade York missed another extra point, which granted, he made his other kicks. It was a very windy night in Cleveland, so I know Boswell missed a kick as well. It was a 50-yarder or so. I might be a little off on the number. But each kicker missed a kick. All right, it's a windy night, and kind of give it up to them, or I can kind of let it slide. But 2 missed extra points in 2 games is not good. I had said in my prediction for the video, I'm more impressed that he made a 58-yarder as, to win the game than I was concerned about him missing an extra point. But 2 in 2 games, that is a little concerning. Last week, they gave him an onside kick. Last night, they almost did it again. It was surprisingly close. And that is something you cannot afford to happen regularly. Missed extra points, those aren't good because, it's football. Every point matters. They literally lost by a point last week. Onside kicks, not being able to get those reliably, that's fucking bad. We saw last year in the playoffs what a bad special teams unit can do to a team. Just look at what happened with the Packers. This, I think, is probably, at least 3 weeks in, this is the big weakness on Cleveland. But overall, a good win by them. Do I have anything else to say? Okay, so I think that's all I have to say about them. So moving on to Pittsburgh. The number one thing to talk about is the Pickens catch. Holy shit. This was a phenomenal play. I was looking on Twitter and I kept seeing it being compared to the Odell play. And I'm going to be honest, I've seen that Odell play so much at this point, I'm kind of desensitized to how great it is. So the combination of that and my recency bias, the Pickens catch looks a little more impressive. I think to me it is also the fact that while Odell is jumping back, Pickens is going at a 90-degree angle to the ground. Dude, that just looks insane. Now, yes, it's a recency bias. I would say that probably in a few weeks or so, I'll be oh yeah, the Odell play is more impressive. But I don't want to take anything away from either of those plays because holy shit, they're both phenomenal. And unfortunately, both of them ended up coming in a loss. But aside from that, Pittsburgh had like no offensive highlights, man. Here was some of the weird shit that I noticed. Freiermuth, their tight end, who's like pretty solid, was only targeted on the penultimate drive of the game, with the final drive being, we have 9 seconds left. So for all intents and purposes, on what's essentially their final drive in the game, that's when he was getting targeted. I have no idea why. I don't know if the play calls were just not there for him. I don't know if Trubisky just wasn't seeing him open. I don't know what was going on, but that's weird. They had a chance for a Hail Mary at the end of the half, and they just didn't run a Hail Mary. I don't know why. Like, I remember I was talking to my friend, I was kind of narrating. I was like, oh, okay, like, they're set up for a Hail Mary. There we go. They're going to throw. Oh, nope, never mind. He just kind of threw it short. Maybe, if I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe it was, like, batted at the line of scrimmage, and I didn't see it. But it didn't look like that. It just looked like, oh, yeah, we kind of threw it short. Maybe they were trying to get out of bounds, but it was weird. Also, so they were down 9 points, under 2 minutes left. It's 4th and something, like 4th and 5, 4th and 6, 4th and 7. There's an offsides on the defense. So Pittsburgh is like, okay, they get an extra 5 yards. It's still 4th down, so it might have been 4th and 5, but the ball was in a weird spot, so the extra 5 didn't quite give them a first. So, but at that point, like, all right, it's 4th and 1. They're still kicking a field goal. Wait, why? I mean, granted, you're still going to need the 3, but now it's a 4th and 1, because they were at, like, where were they? They were, like, around the 20-yard line. So it's like, wait, I mean, you still need a touchdown, and you're this close. It's 4th and 1. You've kind of got to go for this, don't you? Sure, I mean, I guess, because you still need the 3, and I mean, I guess then if you get the onside kick, you can just go score the touchdown, but since you're this close, wouldn't you rather try to get the touchdown now, and then if you get the onside kick, all you need is a field goal? It just felt like a weird decision to me. And the other weird decision play was the hook and ladder at the end of the game. So they had to get 96 yards in 9 seconds. So they get a quick play. Guy gets, I think he gets a first down. If not, he's pretty close to it. And he's right at the, boundary line. And there's like 5 seconds left. So I'm thinking, oh, okay. He's about to step out of bounds. Give him a second to regroup. You still need like 90-something, high 80-something yards. Maybe you have a better strategy of what you want to do. Maybe with those 5 seconds, you get like one more quick play to the sideline, and then you go for the Hail Mary. Okay, I can kind of see what they're doing. Nope, he immediately just throws the ball behind him. And I kind of saw it in his teammates' body language. He did not expect the ball. He was kind of like, oh shit, what do I do with this? And the hook and ladder very, very quickly went to shit. And I was just like, what? But why? Like, dude, why did you throw that behind you? You didn't have to yet. And if that was the play design, I get it. But then why was that the play design? Because it was just so bad and so weird. But, like I said, Cleveland won. Good win by the Browns. Pittsburgh looked really weird and out of sync at different times in the game. I've heard a lot of people say, like, all right, you're 1-2. You should probably be 0-3. You might need that spark, and you've got a rookie quarterback. He's from the area, at least that's the way he played his college ball. The fans want him. Even like the non-Pittsburgh fans, but just like football, probably want to see what he can do. You've got a mini bye because you've got a whole week plus a few extra days till your next game. Come on, it's time for the rookie. Time for the rookie. But with what I saw, just the weird decision, like, does Pickett fix that? Does Pickett fix the non-Hail Mary call at the end of the first half? No. Does putting in Pickett make you go for it at 4th and 1? Probably not. Does that get Freiermuth more targets? Maybe, because maybe that was a Mitch thing and not a play calling thing, but I can't say for sure. from at least what I saw, I don't think putting in Kenny Pickett is going to fix that. I could be entirely wrong. It could be like, no, he comes in, the team is now energized, the team is now balling out, the defense feels a lot more energized, and maybe they could stop a fucking run play. But, I don't know, like, I don't think Pittsburgh is screwed, I don't think they're completely cooked or anything, but I think their problems on offense are, at least right now, they seem a little deeper than just a quarterback change. But, hey, I mean, I could be completely wrong. Maybe we'll see Kenny Pickett against the Jets. Maybe he balls out and then Pittsburgh just goes undefeated the rest of the way. Either way, I am definitely excited to see what happens Sunday. I am excited to see how this Pickett saga plays out, and if they do end up playing him, I hope he plays well. So, I think that's it.